Hello and welcome to the O Snap podcast, hosted by yours truly. For anyone new here, my name is Vincent.
And my name is Reese, and today we are going to talk about setting goals for 2025.
Oh snap, but before that we have a couple of recaps. We have not been here for a little period of time. Last time we uploaded was in December, right before Christmas. And we had talked about how we were going to do a Christmas episode, but we never got around to doing it because of how absolutely busy we were trying to send out weddings, minis, and Christmas and stuff. But we do have a little bit of a recap, both business and personal. Mm-hmm. You want to do business or personal?
Sure. So far, we have been getting settled into our new home, which I think has been going really, really well. Especially since we took down all of our Christmas decorations.
We put our Christmas decorations pretty early in November. And
the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was right around the time that we had just moved in here too. So I think we were just over all of the decorations and we wanted to enjoy the place without the decorations. Yes. But then after we took it all down, it kind of looked like we had
nothing.
So somebody stole all our stuff.
We've been slowly but surely decorating, getting comfortable, finding a routine here. Vincent's been cooking a lot. So that's been great. We had a really great Christmas with our family.
Yeah.
We have 3 Christmases to go to on Christmas. So
Woo-woo.
It's a little hectic, but it went wonderful.
Yeah.
And we also were able to celebrate the new year here at our new home with my dad.
We wanted to see fireworks, and last year we had went down to Long Beach because they have a huge fireworks show. But this year they weren't doing it until 12 o'clock, and we didn't really want to be out until 12. And so we went down to the OC Fairgrounds where they had a Taylor Swift con or something for the Swifties, and they had a huge fireworks show.
At 9. So we were able to see the fireworks, go out to dinner, have our fun time out, but then come home, get all cozy, and ring in the new year here with my dad.
By the way, if anybody is curious, the cats are out. I know that we had talked about that last episode about how the cats were not out because of... Wow. We talked about how they weren't out because of all the lighting and stuff, and they were still getting settled in, but they're more than settled in now.
Everybody meet Myers.
Yeah, that's Myers. Penny is right over there. You just can't see her. She's not in view, but...
That was funny.
Yeah.
You're like Batman. So that's been great. We've had family over. It's just been nice. I mean, we've been working a lot, but other than that, this is personal. It's not about work. We've just been settling.
Yeah.
I picked up reading, which is very different for me. It's been great. I think that's it. Personal wise. You want to go with family or business?
Yeah, sorry. Penny wants to attack the TV possibly, so there she goes.
She's okay.
Okay. Anyway, business, we've just been busy editing and shooting weddings. Mm-hmm. We've been editing other sessions, minis, engagements, families.
We sent out a wedding this morning.
We did. This morning we did. And if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, make sure you do that so you can see what we did send out.
And so really quick, I think it is important to note that since the last time we filmed a podcast episode, we've sent 3 weddings out.
Yeah, that's true.
So, 3 down,
3
to go.
Yeah, 3 to go.
Plus a quince.
Hey.
Yeah.
We've been filming content, making content with the footage that we already have. Filming content, we've done it in the past, but we took a day where we just really kind of focused on it, and it was a lot more difficult than I think people realize.
It was fun though.
It was a lot of fun. And then other than that, we've been getting ready for tax season, which is coming up for small business owners, which is a lot of fun. I like numbers. She doesn't.
Nope. Vincent's been getting ready for tax season.
Hey, it's fun. I love it. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to put the cats away because they are crazy. And we're back.
Hi.
Sorry. We'll
try again next time.
They're crazy sometimes. We don't really understand it. we thought that they were just going to lay on the couch as they've been doing all day. But then once we decide to do something, they want to get up and they want to know what all the lights are. And when one of them gets on the TV, they think they're in some kind of window. And so they want to get to them.
We have what we're filming currently on our TV so that we can see ourselves.
Yeah.
And so the cats are interested in the fact that they can see us on TV. So they're trying to hit the TV.
They're crazy.
So the cats are gone.
They are crazy.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get to setting our goals, holding ourselves accountable, and yeah, just some goals that we have for 2025. Now, these are goals. These are not resolutions. There's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
There's a difference. Resolutions get broken.
I don't believe in resolutions.
Resolutions no, they don't work.
Should we start with number 1?
Yeah.
Grow our business, our portfolio, clientele, venue locations, cities, states, podcast. These are just some to name a few. I think growing is our number 1 goal for 2025. 100%. And so far, we are off to a great start. I have to admit. Personally, can you give me my Diet Coke? So far, we're doing great.
Yeah, I don't think that we've ever been as busy as we are now. We have accomplished so much already within a very short period of time of moving out.
We're in the first 24 days of the year, and it's already like miles ahead of where we were a year ago today.
Which is great, and that's what you want. You always want to grow your business, just like you yourself. You want to grow. You don't want to be the same person that you were, 5 years ago. You want to make sure that when, like, say if you haven't seen somebody in 5 years and you see them now, they're like, wow, this person's more mature, more disciplined, responsible. You actually want to see change. You never want to meet up with somebody, an old friend or something, and then just go, oh, they're the same as they were 5 years ago. That's not good. So we want to make sure that we do that for ourselves as well as our business. And we're going to do that. Mm-hmm. Correct? Yeah. The next one is better marketing, social media, website, emailing, etc. Being more consistent.
Okay, so I have a confession.
Okay.
I've been struggling the last 2 weeks with. I'm usually the main person when it comes to communications. That's just how our business works. I've been struggling to keep up with it the last couple of weeks.
Can you move closer to your microphone? You're just kind of far away from it. Here, I can.
That's why I like to hold it. It's fine. I've just been struggling with the last couple of weeks, and that's okay because we had literally the most insane end of the year. But yeah, the last 2 weeks it's been a little difficult. So as a goal from here on out, I will screw my head back on straight.
Yeah.
Because it's important. It's the most important, step. If you're not good at marketing, then you won't have any clients.
Yeah. And we have a lot of, one of them is social media. We have a lot of photo shoots and weddings and reels, TikToks, all of that stuff to share.
We're incredibly behind on posting.
We're a little bit behind, but the only reason that we're behind is because we took the last week-ish of December and then a little time in the beginning of January just to ourselves, just to enjoy the work that we have done.
And to also breathe.
Yeah, and also breathe.
And settle.
With our website, in August, we had just completely redid the website. So we're just going to make sure that it is updated with brand new photos, new videos, new information on there. Emailing is something that I think is important, but I don't want to be those annoying people who email people every single day. I can't stand when I get those. I do get them every single day. And if you get them every day, you don't want to open them. You just get sick of them. So I just went through and I just blocked and deleted a whole bunch of spam email. But, we can see about doing that and offering certain deals and stuff. So, but I think just being more consistent, sticking to a schedule.
We promise you that if you have your wedding or whatever that we've done in the last couple months and you haven't seen it on our page, it's not because we don't want to post it. We are just behind.
Yeah.
And if you see something that has happened since your session or your wedding that has been posted and you haven't, it's probably because it's the last thing that we did and it was just on the top of our head, like, let's just post that. So just know that we will get to it. We're working on it. We're trying to catch up.
Yeah. But we will. We'll catch up. And we're going to get more consistent with that. Consistency is key. So
next would be shoot more in not ideal weather, clouds, rain, wind, etc. It's hard because we live in California with great weather. We have shot in all circumstances, but want to expand past that.
And get out of our comfort zone. Like she said, we do live here in California where we have, I think, the best weather in the United States.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I don't like the heat, but
no,
that's a personal preference.
Yeah.
It's still nice weather.
But California, I think, is probably one of the best places for photography and videography. It's probably one of the best places to have your weddings because of the weather.
Yeah.
And how nice it is. So it can be a little difficult to get to try to expand and shoot more in things like clouds and rain and all of that. Maybe if we lived in like a Wisconsin or a Florida or something, we'd be able to experience that a little bit more.
Washington.
Or Washington or Oregon. But I mean, I'll tell you, one of the last couple of weeks, we've been going through these crazy windstorms, the Santa Ana winds.
Mm-hmm.
I hate shooting in winds.
That's one I don't care how much we practice. I'll always dislike it.
I hate shooting in winds.
I really, truly dislike it.
It's the most annoying thing ever.
I will say, though, that we have a good amount of experience when it comes to clouds.
I would say that we have a good amount with clouds and rain, too. I mean, we've shot weddings in rain.
One of my favorite weddings that we ever did, the Adams.
Uh-huh.
That was complete cloud coverage all day,
Yeah.
and it's like one of my favorite weddings.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
I think we have it pretty good with clouds. We figured that one out. Wind, I don't like. Sorry, don't like it.
Wind sucks because with clouds, you can mess with your settings. With rain, you can kind of
get your camera soaking wet.
Yeah, I mean, you can get your camera soaking wet, but like you can, maybe go under a tree where the rain's going to be a little bit less.
Get a camera umbrella.
Huh?
Get a camera umbrella.
Yeah, they're like these little tiny umbrellas.
They're so cute. I want one.
But wind.
I hate wind.
I can't stand wind.
We once did a family session where I think there was like 40 people in the immediate family, and it was like the worst day for winds that year. And it was horrible. Like the wind was horrible. Yeah. But it's hard because when you get 40 people together and it's hard to get everybody to have like the days off and everything, we're not going to reschedule for wind. No. It's not going to happen. So we had to just work with the wind. And was it the best? No. Did we work around it? Yeah. Do I wish that we could have done a redo? Yeah. It
happens.
That's okay. Maybe in the future.
Yes. The next one is expand our creativity via photography, videography, content. That means new poses, new ways to shoot, / film weddings, combining certain gear or whatever to create something beautiful. I'd really like to do that. There's a couple of different shoots that I've seen online that I'd really like to do. Really beautiful venues. We just shot a wedding at a really beautiful venue that we didn't really know was that close to home. It's at the retreat. But I think I'd like to do that.
I agree with you 100%. I feel like it's a huge part of our job to constantly try new things and see what works, see what doesn't work. We do it at every shoot. There'll be a pose that comes in our head, or we've seen a photo of it, but we don't know exactly how to word it or how to make it come to life. So we're constantly trying to do new things, and sometimes it's a success and sometimes it's okay, we're not going to do that one again.
But at least you tried.
But we tried it.
And so now you know.
Yeah. So I feel like that's super important just because it's part of the job. Also, different things come in and out of style, which is super clear. If you look at your parents' wedding photos, I can promise you it probably looks nothing like what your wedding photos look like pose-wise. And especially with the movement in them, I feel like now it's more about like feeling truly in the moment and how things were that day, the joy that you had running around,
being able to
swinging
feel,
each other.
being able to feel the emotions through the photos compared to just get in this pose,
stand there,
hold his hand, and just like that. And it's when people look at it, they go, "Oh wow, you guys look really good." Not you guys
look really
in love.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the biggest difference, but it just shows that, you know, things change over time, and so our job will too. So I do think that constantly trying new things, there's endless amounts of possibilities. So it doesn't hurt until you try.
It's always
That's
good.
A good goal for 2025.
It's always good to expand your creativity.
Absolutely. The next one is bettering our work-life balance. How are we bad at it, Vincent?
I think this is the most challenging for us. A good example is in December, we kind of set unrealistic goals for ourselves, and I would say that we didn't burn ourselves out.
Yeah, we did.
We crisped ourselves out. We were crispy. We were working from the moment that we woke up to the moment that we went to bed.
And we would go to bed at like 2 a.m.
And it wasn't good, and we weren't feeling that well. Mentally, physically, we were just burned out.
I kind of felt like if I were to look at Vincent, or if someone were to look at me or anything, you could see it in our eyes. Like we were not there. Like all we were seeing in our head was photos and video, and there was nothing. And it's hard because that was December. So that's family time. That's Christmas. That's all of that. But we were a bit trying to overachieve, I would say.
But I mean,
not because anybody was putting pressure on us. We were putting the pressure on ourselves.
But you know, I
don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No, there's a certain point where, you know, obviously it's a little bit too far, but I would say that it's better that we did push ourselves in December because we were really able to test ourselves and see how hard we were able to work and how long we were able to go, you know?
Yeah.
Compared to people who say, like, if we didn't do that, then we wouldn't know kind of the whatchamacallit, not our levels, but our, what's the word I'm looking for?
The extent that we could go to?
Sure. It's not the word I was looking for, but whatever.
Wow.
That ever happened? I always...
But anyway, I feel like we did work ourselves to the bone a little bit.
Testing our boundaries. That's what it is. We tested our boundaries to see how hard and how far we were able to get. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. You should always test your boundaries. Sorry.
We had a family member. I think it was my dad. I'm not quite sure, but we were getting down to the last bit of time for the goal that we made for ourselves. And he was like, is this really worth, like, working yourself like this? Is it really worth, you know, having that week off after Christmas? And I was like, yes, absolutely. Like, absolutely. And we're still going to feel guilty taking a week off after Christmas, but we're going to get as much done as we possibly can before that. Did we do exactly what we wanted to do? Did we get it all done? No. But did we get more done than we thought we would? Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that goes hand in hand with the work-life balance is something that was said to us a few times during the last month. And it's certain family members that have not come to see our home yet. And the response is, well, you guys are so busy, we didn't want to bother you, or we didn't know if you'd be home, or we didn't know if you'd be busy working and this and that and that. And it kind of, for me at least, opened my eyes a little bit like, okay, yeah, we do need a better work-life balance. You know, during the week, no, we're editing. It's not going to happen during the week. It's just not going to. But if we don't have shoots on the weekends and we are available, we need to make ourselves available for our family, because it also keeps us sane. It keeps us going. Our nieces and nephews keep us going. Our parents. So it's just another thing. When I kept hearing it over the holidays, oh, we don't want to bother you. We know you're busy. Yeah, we are busy. But we do need to take, you know, a couple hours out of the day, and whether it's go out to dinner, hang out with the cats, see our family, go to Target, we need to figure it out so we can keep our brain going forward. Yeah.
And I think maybe we can make an episode out of that where it doesn't matter how hard we work. say if we put in 8 hours and then we go out and do something, I would say that at least how I feel is I still feel guilty.
Yeah.
Almost. And really we shouldn't feel guilty because it's not like we're not working. We are working, but when we do go out and we do something for ourselves, for some reason, it's just like, we just feel like we should be working.
I feel like the last week I've been a little, I feel like we took a little bit of time off, started going back to work. But I think the pure exhaustion of the last 2 months. Also, we moved too, and we moved our whole life over here, and so the pure exhaustion of that has really taken over in the last like week or so, and I found myself just not wanting to get off the couch. Like I've been reading like a crazy maniac.
I work on the couch now. I don't
Yeah, he does.
We have our desks, but I don't like to work over there anymore now. I don't know.
I do.
It's comfortable on the couch.
But I've just been kind of like shutting myself off a little bit just because I feel like the last couple months, not just like Christmas season, just like kind of came down on me. And I have to say, yes, I felt extremely guilty every day, but I've never been so like
at ease.
Like I knew I needed it.
Yeah.
I knew I needed to just sit here, read a book in the quiet, listen to whatever Vincent was listening to, watch whatever Vincent was watching, and just kind of take a minute. I even had one day where I didn't respond to a client until the next day. Okay, that's not me.
No,
but it was needed. It's needed sometimes. So you have to find that work-life balance. If your body and your mind is telling you that you need to take a second, take the second.
Yeah, it's always important to listen to your body, whether that's physically or mentally. If you feel like you're working so much and you're not doing good mentally or physically, you have to think about it in the sense that it's not fair to the clients.
No, at all.
Because if you are constantly working on something and you're really tired, well, you're not giving your 100 to the photos or the films.
It's just like if you're not mentally there.
Yeah.
You might not be tired. You might have just woken up, but if your brain's not there, then you have no business working on anything.
Yeah. So it is important to listen to your body. It is important to better your work-life balance. And I know that we're going to work on it in 2025. Yeah. Hopefully we will get better. Obviously, there will be times where we do have to push ourselves a little bit more than maybe we want to. But that's good, though. It's good to be pushed. Because sometimes if you're not pushed, then you won't get things done.
Yep.
So now I have... So those are our goals. So our goals are grow our business, better marketing, shoot more in non-ideal weather, expand our creativity, and better work-life balance. So we have a couple of questions, starting with question 1. Are these goals achievable?
Yeah.
I would say 100%.
They're fine.
Yeah. I think we could definitely do it.
I'm not worried about it.
I think one of the great things about Reese's and I's relationship is that we know, and people around us know, that if we put our mind to something and want to get something done, we do get it done. I don't think there's really anything that we've put our time and sweat and tears into and have not gotten the result that we've wanted.
No.
Including
our relationship.
Yeah.
Like outside of work.
Yeah. So these are achievable. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Out of these 5 goals, what do you think will be the most challenging?
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance. That's the most challenging. We just went on a whole spiel about it, but that one is definitely going to be the most difficult. I guess we're just going to work to set boundaries, and we'll achieve it. Probably not to the extent that we'd like to, but we're still going to work on that. Question number 3, why is it important to set goals going into the new year? And this isn't just business-wise, this is also personal-wise. So obviously everybody who's watching this, not everybody owns their own business. They, do their own thing. But it's still important for you, if you are watching, to set goals for yourself. Not resolutions, because resolutions are meant to be broken, and they will be broken. But they're goals.
It's important so you just don't stay stagnant.
You never want to stay stagnant. ever in your life. Ever, ever, ever. You don't, it's just like traffic. You never want to stay stagnant in traffic. You want to get going. You want to move. It's the same exact thing, but it's for your life.
Yeah.
So, question 4. 91% of people who set goals in the new year never achieve them, with only 9% who do. How are we going to make sure that we're in that 9%?
Keep doing what we're already doing.
Yeah.
We're already doing all of these things. I mean, we're not doing a great job at some of them, but we already know how to do it. We already know what it takes to do these things. We've already done the steps to do these things in the past. So as long as we keep going, if we want to grow as a business, then we'll do it. If we don't care to grow, then we won't. And that's bottom line here. We don't have the room to just not do it.
Yeah. I have a statistic I'd like to share. And it is approximately 15 to 20% of photographers / videographers manage to make their business their only source of income and sustain a comfortable living. 80 to 85% don't get to that point don't get to that point for a wide range of reasons. So I would say that we are in that 15%, where we have been able to make sure that this is our only source of income and still live a comfortable life. And so I think that if we can do that, start with nothing and look at where we're at now.
I was going to say it hasn't always been like that, though.
No, it has not always been like that. I mean, it took us
3 years.
3-ish years to get to this point. But because we were consistent with it and really focused all of our time onto just one thing, we were able to make it to where we were in that 15%. And I think if we do the same with these goals, that we'll be within that 9% of the people who do actually achieve their goals.
Yeah. No, it wasn't easy, and it took 3 years.
It wasn't always like this.
No, it wasn't. People have to think ourselves. We couldn't have done it. Like the two of us, like the people I want to thank is ourselves, because we're the ones that stayed up until 2 a.m, woke up at 8 a.m, started all over again, kept going,
pulled all-nighters,
got rejections,
missed
kept
events,
going, missed birthdays, missed important things, worked on our birthdays. Nothing has ever come in the way of our business, as well as our relationship. And I think that's also the forefront. Without a strong relationship, we wouldn't have a strong business. And so, yes, obviously thank our family and friends and our clients for getting us here, but also thank God that we have the mindset that we do and the determination and the drive. I've said it before, and you've said it before as well. This business is our baby, our first baby, minus the cats.
It's very true.
So yeah, I'm really proud of us. We are that 15%. And we're exactly where we've always wanted to be right now.
Yes.
On this couch.
And we will be that 9% who do achieve the goals.
And we'll check in.
We'll do an updated.
Yeah, we'll check
in.
in.
Do an updated.
We should check in at like 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
And then check in again at the end of the year.
June. Is it June? Late June? Yeah. All right. Question number 5. How are we going to hold ourselves accountable to achieve these goals? I would say one of the perks of being a duo and being in a business with your significant other is you are able to hold each other accountable. And we've talked about in past episodes about how some days Reese says that she can only give 20%, so that means I have to put 80% in, and then vice versa, where I can only put 10% in, she has to put 90% in. But it's important to just make sure that you both are just holding each other accountable and making sure that if you say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. And if I say I'm going to do something, make sure that I do it.
And communication, be honest about it.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit different.
Don't be scared to just come out and say it. If you can't do it today, then you can't do it.
Yeah.
Just come out and say it. Let the other person help you. That's a big one. If you need help, ask.
There's no problem with asking for help.
No.
But yeah, not everybody can be in business with their significant other. Not everybody has a significant other. A lot of people, they start a business just by themselves. But if you are somebody who did start a business by yourself and you don't have any employees and you don't have a significant other who's involved in the business, it's just important to keep your head high. Things will get tough, but uh, you can always ask too your significant other for advice because they are looking in through the outside, and sometimes they might see something that you don't, even though it's right in front of your face.
We do that too.
Yeah. We do that. But we'll use each other to hold ourselves accountable.
And to hold ourselves up.
It's worked in the past and it's going to work now, hopefully.
And it will for the next 70 years.
Amen to that. With that, do we have any other things that we'd like to add? Anything that happened in our personal life? Anything you're excited for the new year?
Yeah. I'm excited for our first year in our home together.
Woo-woo.
Vincent and I will be celebrating 7 years together next month.
7 years.
Lucky number 7, which is super excited. I've been thinking about that.
That's not my lucky number. And that's not your lucky number.
It's a phrase, lucky number 7. You know, like Vegas?
I'm not a gambler.
I'm not either. What was I saying? Oh, I've been thinking about it a lot lately. So we are really excited about that. I can't believe it's been 7 years. Lifetime to go. And hopefully there's a lot of surprises and exciting things that happen this year. And I'll just be riding the wave.
Yeah. So, no, 7 years. Next month is 7 years. And it feels like a lifetime ago. I mean, when we look back at photos of us when we first got together compared to now, it's such a big difference. I mean, we made a reel in August when we had a new website and we just updated our business and stuff. And it was a video of us, like one of the first times that we were together and versus now. And it's just a stark difference from where we were at. But, that's a good
growth.
thing.
Growth. Together.
Yeah.
Technically, think about it. We grew up together. In the last 7 years, we really grew up from children too.
Yeah. We talk about that all the time, about how when we first got together, we weren't the most responsible. We weren't the most mature. But we used each other and grew with each other. Mm-hmm. And I think we grew into good people.
I think so.
Responsible people.
People that people can rely on.
Yeah, no, 100%. And 7 years really is not that long compared to a lifetime, to go. So I'm excited for it. That's next month.
What day?
Are we sharing that with everybody?
Why not?
February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. So it's a double whammy.
We get 2 days of holidays in a row.
That's okay. Does it fall on a Friday this year?
Should I look?
Yeah.
I have my computer right here. Let me see.
We don't need no introduction.
A Thursday.
Thursday is our anniversary
and
then Friday.
Valentine's Day is Friday.
Wow. That actually works out perfect.
Why?
Well, because it's not...
Are you planning something?
Am I planning something? No, that works out perfect because then Thursday's our anniversary, and then Friday's Valentine's Day, and then it's Saturday and Sunday. So.
And we have not booked anything for Saturday and Sunday, so nobody try to book anything for the 15th or the 16th. We will say no.
It's one of the perks about owning your own business is that if you have a special date coming up, you're able to arrange your schedule accordingly. We've done it in the past. There's certain things that...
That being said, if it's a wedding, let us know. We'll work.
Yeah, let us know. We'll celebrate our anniversary at
your wedding.
We'll eat a little bit of cake with you guys too to celebrate, which is funny because
I'll be crying in the corner.
One of the things to add about weddings and our anniversary is that the majority of the weddings that we have done, we've been together longer than
our bride and groom.
Our bride and grooms.
I think there's only a few, like 3 or 4 bride and grooms that have been together longer. Yep.
there was. I'll share a quick story, but we were at a wedding not too long ago, and I have a joke, and and then people ask us all the time, "Are you guys married?" And my joke is, I've asked her multiple times, but she said no, and she always gets on my case. And normally everybody laughs, and so we were at a wedding, and we were taking romantics with a couple, and they asked the question, and so I said my joke. And one of them looks at me and goes, "Oh, me too." And I went, "Oh." No, obviously we told him that it was a joke, and then we all busted up laughing. But I think it was the first time
that he's ever gotten that response, because usually people just laugh, but he was like, "Oh, me too. I had to ask."
It was pretty funny, but we all laughed it off at the end. It's a harmless joke.
Well, you better get on it, or else I'm just gonna propose to you instead.
Mm-hmm.
7 years. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited about coming up.
I would say I'm most excited just to see where we'll be and to see our growth at the end of the year. It's always exciting to look back and to see how far we've really come.
Yeah.
And how we're not stagnant,
We've never been stagnant.
No. So I think I'm really most excited for that. Is just to see the amount of change that we're going to have. And we said it, I think, in a couple episodes ago, but I think that 2025 will be the biggest year for our business. And
how it's looking right now, it already is.
Yeah. But
should be a big year in our life.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. So we're excited for that. And if you're still watching right now, we thank you. We hope that you have set goals for yourself. Maybe we have inspired you to set your own goals.
Yep.
And it's important to do that just so you can, you can change. Everybody can change a little bit. We're all not perfect, and we can all do a little bit better. So.
Before we go, I would also like to wish our niece, Phoenix, a happy 2nd birthday today. We know that she likes to watch sometimes.
Yes.
And we love you.
Yes.
Very much.
Very much.
Okay.
But with that, I would just like to say that we're filming this episode now, but it won't be released until... Anyway, you guys don't even know that stuff. But we will be getting back to our regular schedule of a podcast a week. Good?
Yeah.
Good. And I would just like to say that we are going to fix the lighting. The lighting is very difficult in here because of the pictures that are right behind us. It's such a headache to try to figure out because of the glares and stuff. But it's a new place. We're still getting settled in. So,
we'll figure it out.
Cut us some slack.
Yeah.
But we will be back. And we hope you enjoy this episode. If you are not already following us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, if it's still around, it is at SNAPPDUO. And you can follow us there to see behind the scenes.
We posted something.
Our relationship, what we're up to,
the
weddings,
cats.
Engagements, everything in general. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're clawing at the door because they are...
mad.
They're crazy. They are absolutely crazy.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting it out with us until we were ready to come back.
Yes, we appreciate you.
We love you.
And we will see you guys next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
We can't click our thing.
We can't click it. Cheers.
Ooh, that was loud. Bye.
Bye.